Welcome, I am Brother Max, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is week 2 of 4 of Suck It Seagal, where I've just bought this random 4-movie collection of Steven Seagal movies, and I do not know nothing about any of these movies. I don't know the trailer or anything like visual wise. The only true information I know is the title of the movie and the quick synopsis of what the movie is about on the back of this box. That's all I wanted to do, and so far I have watched 2. I've watched Driven to Kill and today's movie, KillSwitch. But before I really dive deep into this movie, I need you to do a few things by clicking subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, and share. And if you're from TikTok, let me know, because I'm trying to see what works and expanding my channel a little bit. But anyways, let's just start this movie off, okay? The movie starts off in a big bad way with a woman with a bomb attached to her chest, okay? She's very badly hurt, and she's scared, and she's actually decently acting, okay? It's not like oh, she's just hamming it up or anything, but the true ham and cheese is coming on the screen here in a second. It is Steven Seagal himself, Jacob King, because he's a cop. He always gets his man. That's what he's known for. But this particular time in this universe is that there's this killer named Lazarus. He is killing people to the phases of the moon, okay? I have to tell you this because that little piece I don't want to get lost, because at the beginning of this movie we're dealing with a bomber, okay? And that bombing plot line comes throughout this entire movie. I thought it was just like kind of a one-off thing to kind of show how good he is. No, it comes back through the whole movie. And then there's a frame job, and it's just like there's a lot going on in this movie, to be honest with you. And anyways, so he comes on the scene, and he's like looking at this woman, and like I would not feel comfortable or reassured that I'm going to survive the way this Steven Seagal is acting in this scene. Jacob King, I should say. And he's talking to his partner, who's also on the scene with him, and they're both just like nonchalantly dealing with this scene. And he's just like, you know what, the bomber's still here, paraphrasing. And he's like, he's right up there. And he goes across the street, literally across the street, and walks and just picks this random room. We don't know how he knows it, but he just picks it, and the bomber's there, and he proceeds to beat him from pillar to post and across this room, while kind of like calling him a hillbilly and this and that, and just constantly just repeating the same line over and over again. But what's the one thing you shouldn't be doing is like really like attacking the head, okay? Because we need the information from this man who could save this woman's life, because it's getting to the nitty gritty of like countdown. You know, she's going to blow up, and we need some information from him. But he's constantly like throwing his head into glass windows and what's it called, tables and mirrors and everything, and just like punching them in the face. Like, you can't be doing that, okay? This is all within the first like 5 minutes of the movie, okay? 5 minutes into the movie, and we finally get the information from him. The woman is saved, and then the bomber wants to get like one last like jab or kick, and Steven Seagal kicks him through the window of his second or third story building, and he survives. And this movie is, I want to commend the editor of this movie, because Steven Seagal is very notorious for using stunt doubles and ADR and all that. Like, what he actually does on screen is very minuscule to what the stuntman does. The stuntman is actually doing the work, okay? He would actually probably do a better acting job, to be honest with you. But that's not why we watch these movies, okay? So he kicks him out the window, and it's like it does it like 3 takes. We don't need to see the same shot 3 times over and over and over again. And it's like there's no like rhyme or reason for it. It's just like, you know what, we just want to see that scene again, because I think it was just a good stunt done well, and they just want to highlight it a few more times. That's exactly what it was, to be honest with you. So the movie starts, And Isaac Hayes in this movie, he's playing the coroner, and which was a kind of like a shock because I read who's all in these movies, and I'm like, oh, Isaac Hayes. I'm wondering what he's playing. And then when I seen him on screen, I'm like, oh, he's the the coroner and everything. He's doing the autopsies on the victims of the Lazarus Killer or whatever they call him in this movie. But then we're about 30 minutes into the movie. Okay, it's just padding and nothing really going on for a good while, but we get two great scenes in this movie. We get a martial arts sequence and a gunfight, both equally bad, equally bad in their own right, because the martial arts sequence is the moment where you can tell Steven Seagal is probably sitting off screen, smoking a cigarette, like, yeah, dude, I would do it this way, and telling the stunt double how to do it. And the thing is, the stunt double isn't really doing anything. He's just like throwing a punch or doing this. So it's like Steven Seagal is being extremely lazy. And this is where this movie kind of loses a few points over Driven to Kill, because I like this one better just because of the story, and at least in this one, Steven Seagal's accent that he's trying to do is a little bit more coherent, and you can actually understand him a little bit more. It's very unnatural, but at least we can understand him, okay? So the martial arts sequence just takes on forever, and it's not even a good one because it's just the same shots over again, and it's very hectically edited and very kinetic, and it's very jarring, and it's like it kind of like you lose. But what's fun about these scenes, this fight sequences, pointing out the stunt double, that's what makes this scene fun. But it's normal, just run-of-the-mill kind of terrible martial arts sequence, but pointing out the stunt double's bad wig and the sound effects and everything, it's you need to enjoy this scene. It's a fun scene to watch with friends for sure. But the real cream of the crop of the movie is what comes next. It is the gunfight scene. So after he proceeds to basically curb stomp one of the surviving people of this bar fight, he catches up with him in the alley, and then out of nowhere, these two other bad guys kind of start having this gunfight. You got Steven Seagal behind a car with a potential witness, and then you got the dude in the alley who he curb stomp, and he's like still alive. I don't know how he's talking with all these broken teeth, or at least not like he should not be able to like have as clear a dialogue as he's having. And so he's having this long drawn out firefight. Okay, these four people cannot shoot at all. Okay, they are just pulling the trigger and just for the fun of it. Okay, like stormtroopers have a better accuracy rating than these four people. Okay, it's just the same shot over and over and over and over again, just him pulling the trigger and just hitting, and then just like you see the bullet hole hit the vehicle in this, which I will kind of have to commend these two movies for using kind of like realistic and actual gun play. Okay, it's like you can actually see the casings being expelled from the chamber and stuff like that, which is nice. Okay, I will give these two movies credit for that. And the only reason why he gets out of this alive is because the three idiot bad guys, they just proceed to like stand up, and then they just kind of get shot in the chest, and this one dude gets shot in the side, which ultimately I think he ends up getting captured. But this movie has some great one-liners. That's another reason why I like this movie over the previous movie. It's just after he curb stomps this dude's face into the bar counter, he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and then oh my god, I can't believe this is actual line of dialogue in the movie. The Steven Seagal says, well, we got a couple of uniforms coming, you kill them and then you come kill me. And it's just like, just the way he delivered it was hilarious, and like it was just like, we probably could have done another couple takes, but that was the one they stuck with. But there's some other good one-liners in the movie as well. But throughout the whole movie, and it's just kind of run-of-the-mill, just kind of the generic fight sequences and stuff like that. And like, it's really nothing to write home about. It's not a bad movie. It just has some like generic stuff about it, which is why I kind of like it over Driven to Kill. But Driven to Kill has some decent, at least the stunt double is less noticeable in that one, and there's a couple gags in the Driven to Kill that I like, but I think I like KillSwitch just a little bit better because I like the story. Okay, that's really about what edges that one out over the previous movie. So that is all I really have to talk about this movie. I could probably go on for a long time, but I kind of want to keep these videos kind of short. But if you want to watch this with a friend, please do so, because you will be having fun. Like I mentioned last week, make a drinking game. Take a shot every time you see Steven Seagal's stunt double. So that is all. I am the one and only MSJ, Brother Max, and all I can say is suck it, Seagal, and I'm going to go geek out, and thank you.